Hey, it's Mark Andrews with OCFOA Plays of the Week, Episode 6. Guys, we're going to do it a little different this week. I've got 22 plays to cover from Steve Coover. I am not going to spend a lot of time on each play. I'm not going to show you it in real time. We're just going to use what Steve sent, and we're going to work with it. Here we go. Okay, these first few plays are all going to focus on the kicking game. So this first play, Steve's going to tell, we're going to basically talk about responsibilities. Now, we have flanks on either side of this kick. And initially, those four on that side of the line judge, on the line judge side, those are his responsibilities. That's a lot of guys to keep an eye on. As the play develops, those responsibilities flip. The head linesman has these four, and his back judge has these three. Now, San Diego puts their back judge on the field. We don't. We have him on the restraining line, but in this case, either way, the back judge is gonna roll in and still have responsibility for these three players. So here we go. Just watch what happens here. Watch that player. Ooh, you see that? Hope so. That is a low block, illegal low block, my friends. We got to get that. All right, on to the next one. Okay, this is a pop-up kick. Now notice we have four officials on this. This is an obvious onside kick situation. I'm going to run this slow so you can see it. This is at the end of the game, guys. These guys are trying to get back in the game. They're down by 1 point. We got to have our antenna up here. Okay, now you can see that ball is way up in the air. It's obviously driven into the ground, and nobody called a pop-up kick on this one, and K recovers. Okay, this time the line judge gets it. You can see he's killing the play, throwing the flag. This is exactly what we want. Kill that play. Kill it as quickly as you can so that we don't have anybody getting injured on this type of foul, right? So kill it, move on. Well done. Now this is the this is the next play. This is after they've been penalized for 5 yards, and watch what they do. Another pop-up kick. But we don't get it. And Steve's making the point that in order to be a pop-up kick, we've decided, or CIF has decided, the ball has to go above player's head height. If your association does it differently, fine, follow those guidelines. But this is a pop-up kick, and they don't kill it. And K ends up with the ball. Not good. All right, another kickoff. This is first touching this time. Now, this is a great job here. So we've got an onside kick. It looks like, we got four officials on the in the neutral zone. So they know this is coming. And I'm going to slow this one for you. Speed it up and then slow it down. Come on, guys, kick the ball. Okay, we have first touching right there by K. Great job by that official, throwing the beanbag. Steve does point out that he needs to be paying attention to the play as well. We got to do two things at once sometimes, guys, but great job, but don't take your eyes off this. And so the result here is we have first touching by K in the neutral zone, so it's going to be ours ball at the spot of first touching. Okay, it looks like we have a field goal attempt here, so keep an eye on that, the offensive player on the far right side. Going to see a hook as the defender tries to come around him. Right there. Now that didn't look like much, but that is definitely enough to keep that player from getting in to potentially block this. This should be called a foul for holding. Moving on. Okay. Now, we have another field goal attempt. This is at the end of the game. And I want you to take a look at what's going on here. We have the referee has already signaled live ball. Okay, that's a good reminder when we have a field goal that we're not blowing whistles, right? But look at the flank official up here. He's still signaling. He's looking at the referee. He's not looking at his line. And this is, this is the end of the game. This is where we need to be hyper focused. So keep your eye on that, the player highlighted. Yeah, see that jump? Now look at watch the flank. He's not looking. Looks like the coach is kind of trying to call timeout, but he didn't get it off in time. That may have distracted him. But guys, this is the most important part. This is the part of the game we want to focus on, not the signal, nothing else. We need to be focused on the action here, and we miss this false start on a successful field goal. And this is at the end of the game, so this is big. And everybody's celebrating. Moving on. All right, let's get away from the kicking game, even though we got a punt here, and talk about some good old-fashioned fouls. Okay, here we go. Blindside blocks on this one. We got 2 of them. We miss them both. I'm fairly certain. I think we even might have a block in the back right here at the point of attack. You can see that contact right there. I think that's a block in the back. I would throw the flag on that. He obviously gets an advantage from that action. Now watch these 2 players right here. Big hit, blind side. Yeah, he's right next to him, but again, he's moving towards the runner. He does focus and concentrations on the runner. This next one is even worse. That's a target. Notice the helmet contact. I'm not sure how we missed that, but it happens a lot on kicking plays. And we do not have any flags on the ground on this particular play. And where can we help out on that one? That again, that's the other officials other than the flank have to pick those up. The flank can get them, but if he doesn't get them, somebody else has got to get them. Okay, what do we got here? Oh, blocking a player clearly out of the play. Boy, we got to have our eyes everywhere. This one's pretty routine. Watch what happens. Boom. Right there. Now, Steve makes the point that there's no point in this back judge watching the ball. I'm not sure that he could know that the ball was going out of bounds, but somebody's got to have eyes on this. Again, we've got an umpire right here. Maybe he could pick it up. But that's and again, even the crossfield guy could get this. I wouldn't put this all on the back judge, but we cannot be ball watching, guys, especially in this situation. When you see the ball just rolling around, you know it's going to be dead. Get your eyes off it and look for this kind of action. Moving on. This is kind of fun going through these things fast. I apologize if I'm not covering them the way I usually do, but I don't have a lot of time and I want to get this out. Okay, we got a block in the back, illegal block in the back. That's what IBB is. Let's take a look at this in slow-mo. So you're going to see these 2 fighting for position. There's nothing there. That's nothing. Now, watch. Right at the point of attack, boom. That's a flag. But what happened there? The defender made the play, right? Do we really want to, live with that flag? No. Pick it up. Okay, you got the block in the back, but he made the tackle, so just pick it up. And no advantage, not a safety call. Pick it up, move on. Okay, he says three views of this, but the third view is so blurry I don't know how you could call it a view, so we're just going to look at two. So watch that right tackle. Tell me if he holds. Okay, not a great look from that angle. It looked like it could be holding. Let's look at it from the end zone. Oh, yeah. Yeah. My only comment on this, other than the fact that two guys got it, which is awesome, that referee, this is a spot foul, right? So we got to know where that spot is. Now, the flank got it, but if that referee's just tossing it up in the air, he needs to put that flag on the spot where the hold occurred. Okay, that's where we're going to enforce it from. All right, here we go. Next play. Oh, look how blurry this is. I don't know how you can see anything in that. All right. What do we got here? I got my notes. Okay. Yeah, we got two holds, and we're also going to have a fumble that's incorrectly called. Now, these holds, they're there. I can kind of see why they weren't called, but this one's right at the point of attack. So the referee, Steve is saying referee has this. Certainly the flank can get it if he sees it. I'm hoping that this flank is looking at this action and the back judge is looking at that action. Now, that, my friends, is a hold. And now we have the ball come out. Right there. Okay. That's out. And Steve talks about the philosophy of when in doubt, the ball is out. Okay. So, ball's out, and we have the flank official come in and rule that he was down. So, a lot of missed stuff on that particular play. Moving on. Okay, so this is an interesting play. I was just interrupted while I was recording this by Steve Coover calling me, and we talked about this play, and he says he's not so sure. I'm just gonna run this. You tell me what you think, or you think about this. Is that holding? Whoa, right down. Okay, the umpire thinks so. I'll go back and look at Steve's comment. Steve's not big on 50-50 calls. He thinks it was a strong push with the right arm. At least he did when he made this video. When he showed this to San Diego, they went, "Oh, come on, Steve." That, So he's got him around. He's got it. Hands are outside the frame. So that's the first indication we might have a problem. Then he directs him with both hands backward, gets him off balance, and slams him to the ground. When I saw this, I said, "That's a hold." And Steve is more of a mind that it is a hold as well. But the point here is, if you're gonna call it, know why you called it. Hands were outside the frame. He redirected him with his, with those hands. You can justify that holding call. If you're not gonna call it, again, know why. He was off balance. All the player did was push him. Know why you're calling or not calling a foul. Okay. This is another blindside block, and I'm pretty sure we got targeting on this too. I'm going to run it slow-mo for you. Watch this play right there. My bad. Let's go. Okay, let's see what... Okay. So we got orange in pursuit. He's got his focus and concentration on the runner, so he's defenseless. Watch the action. Right there. Okay. There's helmet contact. Personally, I wouldn't care If you reported this as a blindside block rather than targeting, you could also call targeting on this. But we should have a foul, and they're both 15 yards, so get it. Okay. So this one is a block in the back. It's actually picked up by the umpire. Now, San Diego asked their umpires to pivot on all pass plays. Now, I know a lot of associations, they want their umpire maintaining a focus on line play, unless the ball is a short pass right over the middle. That is up to your association. But this pivot mechanic is becoming more popular, and I wouldn't be surprised to see it gaining in popularity. And we're going to see one of the reasons right here. Okay. So we have the defender pursuing the runner, and watch the actions of this blocker. Pushes him right in the back. Umpire's right there. He's got a great line of sight. And we got a flag on the ground. Great job. Moving on. Okay, we got another blindside block here, and this one just makes me so happy because my guy, the back judge, who I've just been pleading with to get involved in these types of plays. You can see this is a run. This would be easy for the back judge to stand there and watch. But no, he's moving. And you know what? He's looking at the right place. He's not looking at the runner. He's looking at this action here. Watch what happens. Boom. And there, God bless him, he got it. That's just awesome. That is just awesome. That's clearly a blindside block. They score a touchdown, but nope, we're taking it back. Great call by that back judge. Okay, here's one we missed. Another blindside block. And this is big. And again, I understand the flank. Look, the flank is. Look at his eyes. He's looking at the sideline, right? So, watch what happens between number 8 here and number 11. That is a huge hit. That is definitely targeting. That has all the potential in the world of being an injury. And who can get this? The back judge can help. The umpire potentially can help. I'm not making an excuse that this flank should have got this, but he's focused on progress, and he probably heard it, probably thought, wow, I bet that was a foul, but he doesn't see that, and we can't miss it. What is this umpire looking at? He doesn't have progress. He doesn't need to be looking at that runner. Again, it's so easy for me to sit here and rip on these guys and running it back frame by frame, but learn from this. Okay, he should see this east-west type of movement and recognize it for a potential foul. All right, moving on. So we get a good pickup on a cheap shot here by the defense. This is just guys, messing around. Watch near the end of this play, white player will come in and just shove somebody right there. Okay. I know he comes right into frame. There it is. Okay. And here comes the flag. Boom. Nice. Okay, this is a cool play. And Steve talks about philosophy here. If we're going to run a trick play, then it has to be run perfectly. And if you're going to run a trick play, tell the officials about it. They didn't do that in this case. And I think you can make a real strong argument that this is a forward pass right here. And notice our flank official doesn't signal backward pass. He doesn't, so Steve's comment, slightly backwards, but no signal to help the referee. Okay, this is a crappy angle for me to be saying it's a forward pass, but it sure looked like it was forward when he did it. And when in doubt, it's a forward pass. The crew gets a good call for this judgment, or correct call, as the CC is. That's what that means. But he said he would have supported a flag if the crew was in question. So they used our philosophy to rule 2 forward passes. Remember, they must run them perfectly. I think those are good words. That's a good standard to apply to your games. If they run those trick plays perfectly, great. If not, I think we get a foul. So there you can see you have a completion here, and no flags. So they got away with it. Okay, this is just a great reminder. I actually had this happen to me in a game last week. Count 11 and then realize there's some guy way on the side, out of sight kind of, and we got it, thank God. But don't get lazy with your counts. 12 men on the field is a big advantage. So it looks like there's 11, but hello, there's number 12. Okay, so don't get complacent in your counts. Scan the field, make sure you've got 11. If you're in doubt and you throw because you think there's 12 and there's only 11, what's the big deal? Well, especially if you kill it before the play goes off. But don't let this happen. All right, here's our last play. And guys, this is a philosophy, not a rule. Okay, what we're going to see here is an attempted slide tackle by a defender on a runner. And, the rule book says that tripping is illegal unless it's against the runner. But and Steve's going to make the case that this is a safety foul. This isn't the kind of tripping that the rule book is referring to. And we actually had a serious injury last year in Northern California on this type of play. Now, if you don't want to rule this way, fine. But I think Steve has a really good point. This type of tackle is dangerous. Watch what happens. Now, he doesn't successfully complete it, but you can see how dangerous that slide tackle is. If you ever watch soccer, this is a potential red card if he gets him. Okay, that was an ejection. Now, if you see this and you decide, hey, that's just a trip, and I'm not going to penalize it, fine. If you want to call it a personal foul, I think most instructional chairman would support that from a safety issue. Well, that's it for this edition of OCFOA Plays of the Week. How about that? I got 22 plays in 23 minutes. That's definitely a record for me. I hope you guys didn't mind the sort of speeded up, presentation. I just did not have a lot of time to spend on this, and I wanted to get something out this week. So this was the only time I had to do it. So down and dirty. Feel free to leave comments. And if you have any questions regarding rules, feel free to leave those in the comments section below. If you'd like to subscribe to my YouTube channel, just click on my picture. If you'd like to look at any of the other 2018 OCFOA Plays of the Week, click on the playlist in the top left corner. This is Mark Andrews signing off.